Salutations, Taurus. Welcome to the Purple Crown Goddess Tarot. I am the Purple Crown Goddess. My name is Nakia. I'm going to be doing your Soul Glow reading for the month. If you like tarot, you like readings, you like my style, subscribe to the channel. We're going to start off with the Enchanted map just to get an overall reading. Now, just to be clear, I channel a little bit differently. When I was meditating on your energy, Taurus, I was getting the energy of walking away from something being really heavy and feeling as if there wasn't an even give and take. I even started feeling like some of you are one foot out the door with a job. I'm feeling like you don't want to give anymore because you've given all you can give. You're not appreciated and you're about to be out. All right, so starting off with a prayer. Thank you, Divine Mother and Father, Most High God, for Taurus. Thank you for this time. Thank you for allowing me to read for Taurus. Decrease me, increase you. Allow your message to be heard loud and clear. Allow secret synchronicities to be provided for the reader, for the viewer, okay, through the reader. Allow them to know that you are speaking directly to them. In your name, I thank you. So it is. Ashe, Ashe, Ashe. The overarching energy for Taurus. What is the overarching energy for Taurus, Divine Mother and Father? Yeah. Look at that. Deep freeze, okay? With spark at the bottom of the deck. So yeah, it's like you're walking away from something. Something is not even. It's not an even give and take with something. You're kind of putting somebody on pause, putting somebody on ice. Ooh. Not feeling really good about it either. Feeling like it's almost dangerous territory with it. Feeling unsafe. I did get the energy that it's a job for a lot of you, but with the Soul Glow readings, these readings are not specific on anything like romance or job, career, finance, or anything like that. These readings are just to highlight the energy that the divine has for you. Okay, so with this deep freeze energy coming out first, and with spark being at the bottom of the deck, it really almost feels as if God is asking you to trust and to actually take this time to rest, you know, considering that it's a lion on this card that is in this icy environment and he's literally sitting there with his eyes closed, sleep. It almost feels like the fighter in him just needed a rest. So in order to take this rest, he wanted to go away from everything that he's used to, get out of his own element in order just to find this rest. And through stepping out of what they consider to be their norm, you know, and going to this very icy retreat, it seems, they received this spark from the divine, okay? And this spark is warm, it's energetic, it's musical, it's beautiful. It gives a whole new zest to life. So let's just read what this deep freeze is about. It's card number 26. Everything has its season. Now is the time to put activity on hold while you rest. The cold winter beckons you to slow down and put a freeze on things that are not yet ready to bloom. It's time for regeneration and hibernation. Forego ambitious activity. A pregnant pause allows ideas to gestate, projects to shift and change, and relationships to go through a dreamy state of being, not going anywhere, not needing to. This is also a time to pull all your arguments on ice. Nothing beneficial will come from any of them anyway. Self-care is the most important activity now. So reflect, read a good book, or get a massage. Rest and dream. Yeah, like I said, it's like the fight has been put on hold because you need this rest. Okay, you need this rest. I'm going to pull from this shadowy deck because it's almost like a shadowy energy, like, okay, I'll rest only because I have to. You know, it's not really like something that was wanted per se. It's more so that it was just, like, wounded ego, wounded, the warrior has been wounded. That's what it feels like, you know, and you know that this rest is going to help you. Look, the shadowy energy, illuminate the shadow, focus on a solution, observe limitations. So during this time that you are in this deep freeze or this pregnant pause, so to speak, the pause is pregnant because a solution is coming. That's the spark. Observe limitations. So sometimes your limits can be within the realm of what is outside of you. You know, everything that's outside of you is what you don't have control over, okay? But also moving to a different area or moving to a different, look, ooh, Dark Night of the Soul. It's interesting that you get this card, Taurus, because I literally just did the reading for, who was that? Aries. And Aries, I got the same Dark Night of the Soul energy. Life brings new meaning. So this energy of needing to take a pause or needing to chill for a moment, this energy is so that you can learn how to generate this spark from within. Magic prayer, I got that for Pisces. You know, you see how that card it wanted to still be seen? There is a problem with what you're saying, how you're talking to yourself, what you're saying to yourself, or the way that you're seeing certain situations. You need to just stop for a moment, because with the way that you keep going and the way that you keep talking, if it's negative, that's what it's manifesting. It's bringing about more of that. And it's almost like you know this, so you just kind of brought things to a complete halt and a complete stop. Okay? But this time while you're in this shadow, it's asking you to illuminate the shadow. So that's what is taking place in this Dark Night of the Soul energy. You're learning how to illuminate self. You know, it's no point in pointing fingers, looking outside of self, or even blaming the snow for it being cold, because literally you went there so that you can get rest. It's like your soul knows that it's cold. Your soul knows that the cold is the only thing that is going to be able to calm this raging fire. It's like, you see how it's like a raging fire in the mind, and it's not healthy, you know, and you know that this is what's needed, but it's almost like there's no more fight in there. It used to be, but the fight has dimmed and dulled itself because you decided to put yourself into the type of situation or the type of environment that is conducive to your healing and giving you what you need to heal this energy that's coming at you. Let's pull some tarot on this. Divine Mother, Father, Most High God, thank you so much for Taurus. Help me to understand the messages that you have for Taurus and make it very, very clear. I feel pain in the front of my head, in my forehead, like I'm trying to sleep. But I'm trying to sleep so hard that I've got my eyebrows tight. I feel like God is asking you to check in with every part of your body. Check in with every part of your body. Loosen up. The first thing that I'm noticing is the lady and how she has her body stretched out. And her heart space is illuminated. That's where the beams of light are sparking out from. This is the Nine of Cups card. Even though, as I look at this Nine of Cups card, it's almost like a forced happiness. Trying to force and pretend to be happy. It's like you have everything you need, but it's still not exactly that happy. You know, for me, the ace cards trump all the cards. When I read the aces, trump everything. And you have an Ace of Cups, okay? So, of course, the 9 plus 1 equals 10. The 10 of Cups is fullness, happiness, family life, money, the house, success, everything. But it starts with this. And this water here is reading so much like ice and warmth, you know, but this warmth is coming from her hands. The hands are an extension of the heart space. So what exactly are you doing with your hands that, like your work, your job? What are you doing that is making you feel as if, is it your family life? Is it the way you're interacting with people? I mean, what is this feeling that feels so fiery and ice at the same time? Like you want to be happy, but you're trying so hard to be happy. You want to get rest, but you're trying so hard to get rest, but it's not coming. And it's because of this darkness here, this dark night of the soul. But there's a gift here. There's a gift here in this darkness. This is so symbolic of healing, the Star card. What messages do you have for Taurus at this time? It's like something, I see this again. She's looking at this book, and this book is catching fire. She's holding on to these light bulbs, and it's almost like she's getting ready to fly away. She's teetering on this sword with her bare feet, you know, and it just almost feels as if the focus still is on something that is outside of self, and it's causing self to lose sense of self. And we're going to clarify each card. But there's a gift. The gift is that this flame, you see, there's a flame on this card that's coming from this book. The more you focus within self, the more you realize that this spark, this flame, it can be generated and you can call upon it like that. Like this icy environment, it's only icy because you want it this way. 3 of Swords at the, very, very painful energy here. The 3 of Swords, dark night of the soul, deep freeze, you know. The 9 of Cups is reading to me as forced energy. It's not reading too much as the happiness that it's supposed to read as, the wish fulfillment. It's like you're not meaning to, but you're speaking what you don't want, and so the universe is taking that as your wish, and you're manifesting it in you know, in terms of over what you really, really, truly want, which is to just be happy. To just be happy. What messages about this 3 of Swords? Why? I have nothing come. Well, I got this 2 of Pentacles and this 4 of Wands. Trying to find balance in the home life. Trying to find balance in real life. I'm getting called to this deck. I love this deck. The Prism Oracle, right? It's one of my favorites. Favorites. But, I want to ask about this 3 of Swords energy. What is this? Why? She's screaming like, yeah. The magic that you're doing is not good. You see, it's being disrupted by, your own pain. You know, you're calling forward something that you don't mean to call forward. Space. Deep freeze. Have confidence in yourself, Taurus. Know who you are as an individual person. Yes. Faith. And strength at the bottom of the deck. Isolation. I feel that you're doing that a bit too much, but there's a purpose for this isolation. There's a purpose for darkness. Darkness helps you learn how to see the light. If you are in a room that's pitch black, you can see the tiniest speck of light. You can see the tiniest crack, right? If you're in total darkness. So that total darkness is helping you to recognize the flicker that's within your own soul. Your own soul. This spark, you know, so that you can do away with this iciness. I mean, the iciness is good, you know, it's cool because it's serving its purpose right now. That cold environment is really helping to keep down on the mental anguish more than what, you know, more than what it would be if you weren't in that icy environment. But it's super important for you to focus on the flame within. Clarify this Nine of Cups. Look, like I said, my ace cards are always, they trump everything for me. And the Ace of Swords is my God card. That is my God card. So this Nine of Cups, God is saying, like, just allow, you see, Nine of Swords at the bottom of the deck. That's how that energy was reading to me. That Nine of Cups was really coming through as a crooked, twisted Nine of Swords, you know. Having it all, but really not being aware of it or not being able to feel the fullness of having what you have, you know. But God is with you and allowing you to discern what it is that you need to discern so that you can heal what needs to be healed. Clarify this Ace of Cups. There is a huge transformation that's taking place. Liberation. The iciness that you feel is it's leaving. You know, snakes don't do cold, okay? This is the Tower card in this deck. So all this icy environment that you put yourself into just so that you can feel better is coming down. You see, and so these are two, Taurus. This is the King of Cups and the Queen of Cups. They come out as a pair. Maybe there is something going on in your heart space where you feel that things haven't worked out the way that you want. So it's almost as if, you have already been in this watery environment, but because you felt as if you were drowning, you decided to freeze everything. The water, the animals in the water, everything, freeze it all, put it all on pause, put it all on stop, okay? But as this tower brings down this icy environment and starts to heat things up, guess what? This iciness, it turns back to water. And water, as we know, is all about the emotions. So at some point, these things that you have put on freeze, you're going to have to face them. But God is with you, okay? God is with you, allowing you to have clear vision while you're in these waters. King of Cups, Queen of Cups. Clarity, clear vision, control over emotions, compassion, and psychic energy. The King of Pentacles is at the bottom of the deck. Maybe you're doing too much in certain areas of your life because, like I said, you felt like there was an uneven give and take, and that's why you chose to freeze the water instead of diving in the water, okay? The Five of Cups, God. Help me to understand this Five of Cups for Taurus. What messages do you have about this Five of Cups? If you choose to guard your mind, this is the Eight of Wands, this feeling will dissipate quite quickly. This feeling will dissipate quite quickly. So much. I don't want to take these cards that have fallen on the floor. But like I was talking about, the Ten of Cups. I saw the Ten of Cups. Taurus. What does Taurus need to do to come out of this deep freeze? Is it time to come out of the deep freeze? Is it time to come out of the deep freeze? Is it time for Taurus to come out of this deep freeze? Knight of Swords. Courage in action. We all know that the Knight of Swords is quick moving energy, and so is the Eight of Wands. Don't stay there. I'm hearing frostbite. The Six of Cups. So it's something dealing with something that needs to be let go of, or something that you need to deal with your inner child about, something that you're reminiscing about. The Four of Wands is peeking out, looking at me from the bottom of the deck. So that's really letting me know that there is something that is dealing with the home life, possibly. What do you want Taurus to know right now? This energy right here is just, it needs to stop. The nine of Swords, the mental anguish. That's probably why I'm seeing the frown, you know, like trying so hard to sleep, squeezing their eyes shut. I'm seeing the eyes being squeezed shut, like I'm trying to sleep, like, you know, so much mental anguish. Because if you're able to open your eyes, you'll be able to face your shadow self. And I think that the reason why this is so uncomfortable is because maybe there's a part of your shadow self that you might feel embarrassed about, that you don't want to face. But like I said, my ace cards, they trump all the other cards. And this is the Ace of Wands at the bottom. And it's talking about divine inspiration. It's talking about divine inspiration. So moving out of that energy and into your higher knowing. I split the deck open and went right to the High Priestess. And the High Priestess has this psychic knowing. And so that's really what is being cultivated during this darkness. What's being cultivated while you're in this darkness is your higher intuition, okay? The Lover's card. Some of you might feel that you're never going to meet the love of your life, but that couldn't be further from the truth. But the first commitment is the commitment to self. And the only way that you can really commit to yourself is if you accept yourself fully. And by accepting yourself fully, you have to accept that shadowy side of you. You have to accept that part of yourself that is shadowy. Look, underneath that is the Devil card. Living in darkness. Bondage, and it's a spiritual awakening. So that's going right back to this dark night of the soul. You know, underneath the Devil card is the Owl, which talks about seeing through shadows and psychic power. So if you can come out of this frozen energy, allow the waters to be what they are, get in the water, feel the water, because you've been equipped with the King of Cups and the Queen of Cups. That's very balanced emotional energy. Your psychic abilities are going to go through the roof. You can stop driving yourself crazy about whatever this is that you're driving yourself crazy about. And know that Spirit has your back. Spirit has your back, your front, your side. Look, what's underneath the Owl card. Ooh, lots of major energy. Look at that. The World card, the Strength card again, the Hierophant, and the Wheel of Fortune. Taurus, if you can come out of this frozen energy, then the world is yours. You have a beautiful beginning. You have sacred contracts coming your way. I really feel that a love, because with the King of Cups and the Queen of Cups coming out together, okay, and the Strength card, I'm feeling as if this psychic energy is going to bring you to the right place at the right time to meet the love of your life. Okay, these are soul glow readings. This is not meant to be a love reading, but I feel that this darkness is coming from this feeling of being alone and feeling like you have no partner, you have no partnerships. But there's so much major energy around you that it can't be denied. But the reason why this frozen energy is taking place is because you're paying more attention to the environment than you are to the light within self. And that is why you have been taken to this dark place, so that you can't pay attention to all of this stuff around you. When it's dark, you have to pay attention to yourself. And that's why God has brought you to this dark place, so that you have to pay attention to yourself. Because you can't just be out there trying to outwardly put yourself out there in a position to look like you're ready for a relationship, or sound like, smell like, superficially vibrate like you're ready for a relationship, when internally you don't even know how to love yourself. Because when the opportunity is present for you to dive deep into loving yourself, you're putting everything on freeze. Why put everything on freeze when it's the time for you to activate that self-love energy? And as you love yourself, you attract love from your environment. Because the only reason why this environment is icy like this is because he has chosen it like this. It's a lion. So he has chosen it to be like this. But look, that's weakness. This is strength. Mind over matter. This is focus on external. This is focus on internal. Love wins. Remembering your crown. Knowing who you are. Being royal. What about this love relationship do you want Taurus to know? What do you want Taurus to know? Romantic feelings. Yeah. So trust that this desire that you have, it's not gone overlooked. It's just that you have to be vibrating. See, God is not somebody that we can play with. Remember, with the 9 of Cups, with that feeling of like, yeah, you know, like, yeah, everything is great, but it's not great. You know, forced happiness, trying to pretend to be happy on the outside. We can't hide from God. We can't hide from God, okay? So you can't just pretend to be okay and expect to attract greatness. Look at the bottom, soulmate, okay? Your soulmate is someone who is a mate for your soul, but you are your first soulmate. Look, this unrequited love is what you are kind of feeling and what has triggered this dark night of the soul. Finances and career. That's probably that giving and receiving that you were feeling like, I ain't giving no more. I done gave too much. But true love is coming. And look, attraction. You attract romantic love by enjoying this moment fully. By enjoying this moment fully, and by saying that you're the reason. You know, you're the reason. You have unrequited love and you have reconciliation. So somebody that you have gotten into it with, y'all are going to reconcile. Definitely going to reconcile. Okay? This love is worth waiting for. Be sure to flirt. And that flirting energy is the type of energy that... the flirt energy is the energy of happiness. You know, just being a little more happy. Worth waiting for and free yourself. That's that mental anguish again. So let's just pull one final message for you. Because right now, the whole thing that is going on with you is just, it just looks like you're focused on the wrong thing. Look, words of abundance and God is your source, okay? That's that spark that came through at the very beginning of the reading, Taurus. So you have the ability to instantly manifest abundance by choosing powerfully positive words. Change your thought process, because it's your thoughts, your mind that is creating this deep freeze, this dark night of the soul. It can be let go of, transmuted into a very happy time, because God is indeed your source. Do the work. That's the spiritual work of changing your mind. It's not easy, but it can be done, okay? So I hope this reading has been helpful to you, Taurus. If so, hit the like button or comment. Until next time, continue to vibrate love and vibrate well. Peace.